Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Can You Handle the Truth, the number one podcast in the country. Listen, I specialize in breakthrough counseling, women's ministry, mental health, trauma in adults as well as in children. I am a certified circle keeper and I do hold a bachelor's degree in psychology as well as a licensed minister. All right, let's get to it. Listen, tag somebody, get them in here. Say, come on in, because we're going to talk about some things. All right. Raising my cheating husband's child. Raising my cheating husband, love child. Raising my cheating husband's love child. That's something to think about. Listen, this podcast is for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. It's completely alleged, okay? Commentary is not intent for any malice at all or the parenting in any way, all right? This is a podcast, and you think we're talking about you, then we might be. It might hit home for you. I'm not quite sure, okay? But, however, the discussion tonight is raising a child um, with your cheating husband, his love child. This is his love child, okay? Now there's different scenarios that can occur with this particular topic, okay? There are different scenarios. One scenario is your husband is actually cheating. He still lives at home with you, um, and he is cheating. He has a side chick, all right? A side piece, a side chick, side piece, wherever you want to label it. Um, he is out there loving someone else, okay? Giving his love to someone else. And I'm not saying necessarily the love from the heart, but his loving, they are out there and they are, basically joining together, sleeping together, and he's been doing this for a while anyway. So the wife is aware of this, okay? Now, we have another scenario is where we could say that the couple took a break from each other, okay? The married couple took a break from each other. And usually this is called a separation, all right? We're separated but not legally separated. I mean, what's the difference? That's what I want to know. Because you're separated, but not legally separated. Okay, you're not living together. You're not seeing each other. I don't know if you decided that, hey, we're going to take this break and separate from each other. But while we are on this break, this separation, then we're not going to see other people. Okay, that might have been the original agreement, you know. That could have been the original agreement. All right. Now let's say that no, they are out there, your husband, and he has impregnated some female. All right. He impregnated a female. Now, here go one scenario is that you find out that he has impregnated a female. All right. That and the way you find this out is just by surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And how many of you know some people just don't like surprises? You know, sometimes I don't like surprises, and it depends on what it's all about, right? Well, anyway, let's put this scenario up. This woman who has delivered a baby, all right, and she says that it is your husband's child, all right, it's your husband's child. However, she's at your door, okay, and your husband is at the door as well. Well, he's he's shocked that she's there at the door, and the wife is at the door as well. And she hands the baby over to the um, lover, all right, and she walks away. Okay, she walks away. Hey, cafeteria talk. And she walks away um, from the wife and the cheating husband, and she leaves the child with them. Okay, she leaves this infant, this baby, with them, and she walks away. Now, what to become of this child? What's to become of this child? Now, this is a innocent baby. It's only a child. It's only a child. It's only a child. It's only a baby. And here you have this child in your home now. Okay. Now, you being the wife, and you love your husband, you know he's been cheating, you love him. Are you going to accept this child? Now, remind you this that the couple, they do have children, all right? So then this baby would actually be their sibling, all right? Whether it's a girl or a boy, it would be their sibling because they have the what? They have the same father. Now, do the wife, do the wife insist that this child um, be taken to children's services and given up for adoption, put in foster care? That is a major question. Hello, May. Thanks for joining us. That is a major question. Do the wife have a say so concerning this child? Do she have a say so concerning this child? Now, you love your husband, you have other children, and this is your children's brother or sister, their sibling. Are you going to keep this child and raise it as your own? Or are you going to leave your husband? Are you going to leave your husband because he has a child outside of you all's marriage? Are you going to leave him? It's for the vows, the vows you take, the vows you take. And it's amazing that when circumstances do occur, things that we literally have no control over, and we have taken those vows, and the vows will say for better or for worse. And this seems to be one of those situations as to where they are now in this state of worse. They are at the point of worse. So now, like, you took your vows, you said you love each other, but your husband has a problem. All right. Now, let's go with another scenario. Okay. You and your husband have been married for years. And then you decide that you guys are going to what? Separate. You decided there's going to be a separation. All right. So he ends up getting his own place. All right. So now there's this separation that has occurred. He has his own place. You have your own place. All right. Now, when people separate, I have to wonder, do they set like different rules? Set different rules that since we are no longer um together, since we are living in separate homes, we live in separate homes and we have children together. And of course, the children are with their mother most naturally, they with their mom. And you guys are separated. Now, since the separation has occurred, since the separation has occurred, your husband has been dating. Okay. Your husband has been dating, and he's out there. He's on the dating scene. He's on the dating scene. All right. And he is having sexual relations with different women. All right. Now, remember, you guys are separated. Now, there's should there be some type of standard, some type of rule as to where we're still what we would call legally married? We're still legally married. Even though we're separated, we are still married. I don't think there's an argument there. We're still married, even though we are separated. We are yet still what? We're still married. Okay, now, and you guys decide that you've been separated long enough. You go through this trial period and you decided, well, we've been separated long enough. I miss you, and you miss me, and we have a better understanding now. Okay, and so we decide that we are going to come together. All right, well, we decided we do come together now. However, it does not seem to work. It doesn't seem to work out after the separation of coming together. Now, you decide, you know what, we already did the separation thing, and we thought we could really find each other again. All right. But then you decide, you know what? Let's divorce. Okay. Let's get a divorce. All right. We decide that we're going to get a divorce and go our separate ways. Oh, okay. Well, some months passed by. Maybe 6 months done passed by. 8 months done passed by. How now you decide that you actually love each other and you want to be together to make your union work. You want to be together to make your union work because you come to realize that you actually love each other. You come to realize that you actually miss this person. You come to realize that, hey, I can forgive you. I can forgive you. And we want to get back together. And so they get back together. Listen, people. They get back together and they remarry. All right. They remarry each other. You ever heard of that? Couples divorcing and get married again. And yeah, I know you guys have heard of that. I know you have seen it. That couples they divorce and then they get back together and they remarry. You know, I don't see anything wrong with that. The only thing I see wrong with remarrying is that you have not settled or discovered why you even divorce. Right, you don't even address that particular issue. And so people come back together. We have to wonder, does that actually really work? Some people would do work and some it does not work. Sometimes people just sweep things underneath the rug and we just gonna come together because we actually do believe we love each other. So now we have this thing of remarriage. All right. Now, your husband comes to tell you that while he was out there and after you guys got married, now this I don't know what type of time frame this is, but however, he comes and he lets you know that she is having a baby. While we were separated, we had our divorce. I met someone and I father a child. I father a child. All right. The wife now knows this. However, they done got remarried. All right. For better or for worse. Remember, you got to remember those vows you took. You got to remember that those are not just mere words that you are repeating. These are vows. You know, vows like you taking an oath. I promise to do this, that, and the other. I promise that we'll stay together in sickness and in health. I promise till death do us part. Mm. However, here we are. And she has the baby. All right. Now remember, the couple has other children. All right. They have other children. And this would be their sibling, as I had said before. But now the couple has what? Remarried. Okay, they married twice. I don't have nothing against it. They married twice. All right. They married twice. And they come to find out they want to be together to make this marriage actually work. Well, the husband now is paying child support. All right, he is now paying child support. He has visitation rights. All right, He has visitation. The child comes and visits at the home where the him and his wife share together. And this love child, his child with another woman, is coming to the home, and the brothers and the siblings are now united with their new sibling. All right, they getting to know this little baby, and this little baby is getting familiar with the faces that they are seeing. All right, with these people. Well, now we come to find out later on, as this child is growing, maybe the child's around about 3 years old. And the father notices signs of abuse from the child's natural mother. And he comes to find out that the mother has decided that she's going to do drugs. She's going to do her. She's going to party. She's going to stay out all night long like she wants to. And she is disregarding the safety of the child. She's disregarding the safety of the child. Now, the father has a great concern because this is his child. This is his flesh and blood. All right. This is flesh and blood. However, he decides that he is going to get full custody of his child due to the what? The neglect of the child's mother. So he goes to court, him and his wife, and like I said, them vows mean something. If you say you really love someone, are you willing to go the extra? Are you willing to take the extra? Are you willing to go that extra mile with them because you love them and you made those vows? Now, they go to court, all right? Naturally, he wins custody of the child, takes the child home. Now, here we have this love child staying in the home. All right. Could you, could you, could you help raise this child? Could you help raise this love child? Uh, could you come to nurture this child? Could you come to actually love this child and treat this child as your very own, because he is your husband's child, and you do love your husband, and you have the children that you are considering, that they need to know their sibling. All right. I would say it takes love. When I say love, I mean it's the type of love that, like the agape love. It doesn't matter what you have done. I still love you. I love you in this just anyway. It's a anyhow love. I love you, and I don't want us to be apart. So I love you so much, and you love me, and you're doing everything that a husband should do and better and more, that I am willing to raise this love child because I have love in my heart. But I have a love in my heart. I have, because it takes that. It's going to take pure love. I mean, pure love. Because this is only a innocent, an innocent child that cannot provide for themselves, that is looking for you to nurture them, looking for you to love them, looking for you to provide for them. And you, being the mother that you are, being the woman that you are, being the wife that you are, then you know what? You have enough love for this child. You should have enough love for this child. Now, you all think about it. It's something to actually think about. Something to actually think about. You love your husband. You love your family dynamics. You love it. You love your children in the home, and you love the husband being in the home and interacting with the children and interacting as a family. You love that aspect of the marriage as well. And now you have this child. If you love your husband and you love your family dynamics, then you will make that love sacrifice. You make that sacrifice and love the child. What do you all think of that? The husband's role in raising his love child along with his other children and his wife that he done married again. Just you know, just comment your thoughts. If you have any thoughts on that, excuse me, if you have any thoughts on the matter. And we're not going to be on here long at all. Okay. So a child is innocent, and a child needs to be loved, needs to be loved, needs to be loved. And remember this, you all made vows for better or for worse. And sometimes that worst can be the worst. I mean, the worst. WORST. I mean, that's the worst it can ever be. Now, the other one is WRSE. That's worse, but not as bad as the WORST, worst that you can ever get to. Now, and when we speaking about these vows, how long would you even stay in a marriage, a broken? Let's say it's a broken marriage, okay? Let's say somebody's broken. Somebody's broken because then there is this thing of abuse. There's this thing of mental abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. And you say for better or for worse. That does not mean you have to stay in that marriage, because see, they are breaking their promise to love and to hold and to cherish. They breaking all their vows. You promise to love, honor, and to cherish and to take care of this woman. You know how the vows go. So he starts breaking the vows and violating you, and disrespecting you and harming you physically, mentally, and verbally, and he has not upheld his part of the vows, and you are being hospitalized. You are experiencing depression. You're having anxiety. You are you are in a state of confusion, and it's time to go. When they start beating on you, and they keep beating on you, then something needs to be done. If you agree with me, just tap that screen. Just tap that screen. If you agree, just tap it. Just tap it. If you agree with me, you don't have to stay in a marriage. You don't have to. Now, let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. You don't have to stay in a marriage. You are being abused. Okay. You don't have to stay. You don't have to. I'm just gonna struggle it out. I'm just gonna struggle it out. I'm just gonna hang on in there. I'm just gonna hang in there. No, because honey, the next thing you know, you be hanging in there and you be somewhere dead or somewhere shaking and trembling in the corner somewhere, and you be no good to nobody and no one, not even yourself. Not even yourself. Not even yourself. Vows are important to keep, but however, there are the circumstances as to where I don't have to keep this vows. You are abusing me. You don't have to stay in an abusive marriage. Okay? You don't have to stay in an abusive marriage. You don't. You do not have to stay in an abusive marriage at all. You're not obligated to. You don't have to. You getting whoop whoop side the head and everything else and trying to make ends meet, and they're not helping you make ends meet. They making it worse for the whole entire family. And what type of example would you be setting for your children? What type, especially your sons and your daughters both? What type of example would you be setting for them if they witness the abuse that is taking place? Well, you're teaching your sons that it's okay to beat on women. You're teaching your son it's okay to downrate a woman. You're teaching your son that it's okay to disrespect a woman. That is what you're teaching your son. And what you're teaching your daughter is acceptance. You're teaching your daughter to accept being beaten on. You're teaching your daughter to accept being disrespected. You're teaching your daughter that she has no self worth. That's what is happening if you stay in these marriages of abuse and the children are witnessing this. All you doing is raising abusers, and all you doing is raising a get ready to be a victim. Hey, I'm just saying what I'm saying, all right? Listen, I'm just saying what I'm saying. And I hope that your union would come together and have unity like you should, like love one another, bearing each other's burdens, suffering along with each other. But you don't have to suffer with abuse. Okay? You don't you are somebody. Believe me, you're somebody. Listen, Like and share. Like and share. And don't forget to go to where? Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to Jocelyn M. McGuire. Can you, with the letter U, handle the truth? And I like for you all, if you have a topic and you like for me to expound upon a particular subject for you, and you can remain anonymous. All right. You can remain anonymous. And you can reach me at an email address. Can you, with the letter U, handle the truth podcast at gmail.com? All right. Can you, with the letter U, handle the truth podcast at gmail.com? Or you can inbox me on Facebook, and also you can inbox me on TikTok as well. All right. Now, this podcast will be airing on YouTube tonight, maybe 30 minutes later tonight after we close out and I get everything set up. Then we can view it on YouTube. All right, tonight. Thank you guys for your support. Remember this, I love you, but you know what? God loves you best. You're blessed. Be a blessing to someone. Give someone a hug. Give someone a smile. Be concerned about them. Say, how are you doing today? You know what? Those very kind words may save a life. All right. Acts of kindness. A-O-K. Let's do that. It is free to be kind. All right. Listen, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And as I always say, keep your head on a swivel and also on a spiritual swivel as well. All right, be aware of your surroundings. It's going to be a nice weekend. A lot of things are happening over the weekend, especially here in Columbus in the surrounding areas. Different festivals are taking place. Go out, enjoy your family time together. All right, and enjoy your friends. All right, listen, we better get up out of here. We better get up out of here, and we're going to leave on. And I found it. We're gonna leave on some music. How about that? How about that? All right, all right. Have a good, good evening. All right, we're out of here.